Maddie.
Hey, it's Andrea, and today we're going to be doing Tea Times Talk on Kayne, on his controversial little situation.
Slavery is a choice.
So yeah, I guess you want to just jump right in. Got it.
Okay, so I'm sure everyone has already heard with the whole slavery is a choice thing that he said. What are your feelings on that, Andrea?
You want me to go first? Sure. So he said like 400 years in slavery or something. Sounds like a choice or something. We would add the clips, but that's just gonna take too long.
Yeah, hashtag effort.
I mean, you can Google it or go on Twitter or something. But anyhow, on TMZ, this was on TMZ. He appeared on TMZ live. And so I'll say like what people are saying, and then I'll say what I think. So what I've kind of seen is that there's some people who say like everything he's been saying and doing is a publicity stunt because we all know he's probably going to be having an album coming out soon. And so some people think it's that and just kind of dismissing everything. And then some people feel like, which I think is due because Kanye's always kind of been more or less pro-black, and so now all of a sudden with him saying these things and him saying he supports Trump and blah blah blah, like it just seems like I think people don't know how to react because they're so used to him being a certain way, and so now that he's a different way, people are like, oh, like what, like he needs to be canceled and like don't support his stuff and all this other stuff. And then there's people I think who are like somewhere in between. I think I'm somewhere in between. I don't know if he's doing this just to get people to talk about him because good or bad publicity is publicity.
It's working.
So, or if he really feels this way. But I think Chance the rapper, which he kind of retracted or clarified, whatever, was like, not every black person needs to be a Democrat, which I agree with. Clearly, y'all know that. So I think when we see Kanye supporting someone who is definitely Republican, not the best guy, it shouldn't shock. I mean, well, I guess because it's Kanye, but black people don't have to necessarily always be Democrats and whatnot. So I think that's definitely a true statement.
I feel like society tries to like, again, I was saying this earlier, it's like you're either with us or against us kind of thing, and it's like you can see both sides in the middle, like why do you have to? And he knows him as a person. He was saying like back in the day, all the rappers rapped about him, and it's like, but now that he's president, why am I doing air quotes? He is president. Yeah. But it's like people hate him all of a sudden, and it's like he's still been the same person. It's just like an unpopular topic now that he's turned into. But he's, yeah.
But yeah, on his situation on him supporting Trump, whether he said like in the TMZ video, so there's like different clips, like they don't never play anything like all the way through, but he's talking to Van, which is like one of the...
It is a 30-minute interview too, so it's just like everyone's taking the small ass clips.
So they're like, let's not do the whole thing after you watch the whole thing. But he at the end when Van, which I'm guessing you guys have seen, Van is the employee at or journalist or whatever at TMZ. He's a black guy that's like talking to Kanye saying like I'm disappointed in you and blah blah blah. At the end of that clip, like you see Kanye walking towards him, but like it shuts off. But there's another clip showing him going up to him and saying like I'm sorry if I offended you, and he's trying to like clarify his like words or whatever. But on the whole slavery thing, I do think at times Kanye doesn't really know how to word things, and then maybe once he's seen people's reaction, somehow I guess he's able to clarify everything and clear things up and word them a little bit better. But I think earlier we were talking about it, Maddy was saying like he seems like he has like a scattered mind or whatever.
Yeah, he's known to not be good with like speaking openly about things. Like he's better at like with his tweets that like backtracked and like went over it. He's better at like writing things out and then like processing it instead of just like on the spot saying something.
But I think the whole slavery thing, like, so I don't know if you guys have seen, because there's a lot of different, I think, components or whatever, but on Twitter he was saying, and I don't remember everything because, but more or less that, like the imprisonment situation where like, it was, if we stay in the same kind of, not mindset, but kind of sort of like mindset, then I guess we're always going to be imprisoned. And as far as that concept goes, I get it and I understand it, right? Like if you want change to happen, you gotta start to think outside the box and start to, speak up or whatnot and stuff. And clearly, slavery was not a choice. Like we Africans didn't want to be here, but So
Team Maestro to America.
right. So yeah, we know definitely. I think everyone's clear on that situation.
Yeah.
I think Kayne's also clear. I think it just came out maybe a little bit differently, and I don't know what was said. Well, no, because I think after that sentence, I think he went on to some other topic. But yeah, he was just saying like it's a whole mindset thing, and like and I think why can't he have an opinion on different things and stuff like that. I don't know, like. I never really cared for Kanye, still don't care for him, so
Yeah,
it's not like a loss or
is
gain or anything as far as that. But I definitely think Kanye is, I think he's smart, I think he's intelligent. I was telling Maddy earlier, like he was on this Ellen show, how do I say it like that? He was on Ellen, like, while ago, and he was like talking about I think fashion and all this other stuff, and like I think again it's like always scrambled, but like it really makes sense to me. And I think oftentimes, I don't want to say oftentimes, but usually I think I've been able to really understand him after he like maybe clarifies of what he was actually really saying, because at first it's like, what you mean by that? But yeah, as far as like supporting him, not supporting him, again, never care for him. So yeah, so it's like not, but hopefully it's just maybe a publicity thing, but if it's not, I mean, whatever.
I feel like if it wasn't, if it was
has-
really bad, then he has people that are in charge
Right.
of him. They would be like, yo, cut this out.
Well, I mean, he's in charge of his Twitter and everything, which I don't know if that's a good thing about you, but I mean, we all know Donald Trump is in charge of his own Twitter, which, but anyhow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, I'm like all over the place at the moment, but
I think the
pretty
whole
much.
imprisonment thing, it makes sense, obviously, and the way that he says things right off the bat, that he said it first of all, people are just sticking with that, and it's like he did try to backtrack and be like, okay, that's not what I meant to say, I meant this, and then he brings in the whole imprisonment concept. It's like we are imprisoned in our minds and everything, the way that we think, the way that we do things, it's literally all the same. It's like, yeah, we are in charge of that, and you said if you do want change, you have to make it happen. You can't just like wait for it.
Right, and I think that's the thing with like getting with Trump or meeting with him when I think Trump first became president was like, he feels that Obama didn't do anything, and or I'm not gonna even because I'm not into politics, so I can't.
Feels.
Yeah, so I can't, go into all that. But again, Kayne doesn't seem like he's doing much either, so but I don't know. I guess it makes sense if you want change. Why not talk to the leader of the country? And at the moment, that's Trump. So.
And then he was like explaining with the whole hat when he was wearing it. It was like, again,
taking it away from a negative thing.
He wants, because he wants America to be great, which makes sense. Like who doesn't, obviously.
Right.
But I think it's just the showing support.
It's always gonna have that negative.
It's literally his merchandise too. So it's like.
So yeah. So So I mean, if you really take the time to really listen to what Kanye is saying, it makes sense. But again, it's all about how you say things and do things, and people would probably say he's going about certain things all the wrong ways.
I just hate how people stick with. It's like he did try to correct himself, and it's just like.
Well, I mean, here's the thing.
You're going back to it.
We all know, like, if you got to backtrack and you clearly said something that was a little bit off, and the slavery sentence was way off. So I think. People want to support him, people want to dislike him or whatever that case is. They have the right to do so. But we'll see what happens. But as far as like what he's trying to do, I guess I think he's still like pro-black or for black people, or the black community or whatever. But we'll see. I just I'm sorry, my thoughts were like all over the place, but
now you're scared.
more or less what I'm trying to say is, do I think Kanye is this, I don't know, like went into like, I don't know, the white side or something.
I don't think he's racist. I mean, you can't really hate your own race. You can if you hate yourself, but like, or if he's in deep denial.
I mean, I wasn't even going on the racist line, but that's for you and me. I was just saying, is he being whitewashed? I wasn't going into the whole if he's racist, but sure, that's But no, I don't. I think Kanye is I think he even said like in his Ye versus the People, it was a song played on the radio, which T.I. is the people in on the songs or whatever, but which I guess you should also listen to because that probably give you some clarity as well too. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think people. Yeah, I think it's all about a society thing and like if you're saying the right things. And I think right now the Black community don't feel like he's doing the things in the right way. But again, I don't know.
I feel like it's very popular to hate things right now, and it's just like picking a side. It's like, why? I'm over it. I didn't even care about it to begin with, TBH.
But yeah, so let me sum up everything because like I'm still scattered. Do I dislike Kanye? I was gonna say Trump.
Do you dislike Trump?
Conversation. But do I dislike Kanye? No, I never cared for the guy, so I don't care for him, whatever. Do I feel like the slavery thing was wrong and I don't know where it came from? Yes, but I think when he was able to clarify it and everything, it makes sense. Society is all about control, and if we remain being controlled, then that's it, and nothing will ever change. And so I think he's trying to use, his influence and his, power or whatever to really move in the right direction. I don't know if he's quite there yet.
I think just like putting it out there to make people think about it in like such a weird way.
Right.
It does bring a lot of attention to it, and if
that's you just keep cutting me off. Like, I wasn't done. Like,
I know you're just talking so much. Like, goddamn. It's just to bring attention to it. If that's his goal, he's doing it. But I feel like if he does have a main goal, what is it? Like.
Right. Well, also I think his main concern is Chicago, which I think is nice, but why just Chicago? And maybe that's because where that's maybe the highest rate of violence at the moment. I don't know, or maybe where most, Black children, Black kids, whatnot are getting killed. I don't really know, but
yeah, they do.
And he's never really explained it. Besides, I think he's from Chicago, so that's probably why he is really invested in that situation. I did see though that him and someone else is making like an organization or something for people in Chicago. I don't remember what it was on or about, but it was something positive and moving in the right direction. So it definitely seems like Kanye's in his right state of mind, and I think he has a goal or a vision nonetheless. And hopefully he can redeem himself. But we'll see. And I don't know what else to really say, but I definitely think it's to lead up to his album, and I think his album may discuss some of these things, a little bit more in depth. But I guess it depends on if people listen and whatever. Adidas said they're not gonna drop him, so we'll see. But yeah, so I think that's it. So if you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel
and be on the lookout.
We'll see you guys next week. Okay, great.
I'm hungry.